hooked up.
We have Joseph Wauhead, chief economist for the Wells Fargo Bank on, and as soon as we get a little microphone here, we'll be talking to him about the U.S. economy and about the world economy. Joseph, you were born, I think, in Cairo, and that perhaps would give you a world perspective on things. What about the world economy?
Well, business conditions across the world are still very, very soft. I'm trying to look at this microphone. Can everyone hear me?
I think we can pick you up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wrote a report. If you were an international businessman going around the world, you'd come back with one conclusion. Business conditions are very poor no matter where you go. And whether it's the OPEC countries, whether it's the third world, or whether it's Western Europe. And one mustn't forget that Western Europe has been in a recession off and on since 1975.
We're going to continue to talk here as soon as we get you all hooked up. Meanwhile, we'll ad-lib a little bit. Not only is our ticker not working today, some of our other mechanics are not working. Yeah, right. This doesn't happen very often. Do you suppose it's Wells Fargo's fault? I don't think so.
Let's go to Alan Chernoff now in the FNN newsroom for a news update and a look at what's coming up here in the next half hour. Alan?
John, right now the stock market is still down. The industrials are down more than 3 points. Which? I'm sorry about that. Right now the Dow Jones average is down more than 3 points at 986.67.
Thank you very much, John. I'm on the floor, or near the floor, with John Westergaard, who is president of Equity Research Associates. That's a division of Ladenburg Thalmann, a brokerage firm. We'll have more from John in another broadcast very soon. Here I am, Robert Metz, looking for you, and I hope you'll be looking for us soon. New York Times, this is not the New York Times, that was last week. I'm on the floor, near the floor of the exchange with Financial News Network, Robert Metz in New York.
Happy birthday. Oh.
Can I wave?
No,
I can't wave.
No, look right in the camera. Do not look at me. Look right into the lens and smile. Ear to ear grin. Don't look at me, Ted.
Happy anniversary, FNN.
Happy anniversary, FNN.
I didn't see your cue.
Do not look at me. Ready? Look back at the adding machine. Yeah. And look right into the lens.
Look at me. I'm the daddy.
Right. Okay. And hold there for 5 seconds. And don't.
And look it down first. Look it down.
Look down and look right into the lens. Don't look at us. Only at the camera. And smile. Ted, you keep looking at me.
Happy anniversary, FNN.
Good morning, everybody. We're starting to see the trend continue that we saw at the late trading yesterday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average moving downward at the moment, down 2.02 at 917.31. It's all right. He'll be okay. He'll be fine.
Coming up in commodities this half hour, Lee Begaft will have a live report direct from the Chicago Board of Trade. The most watched stock market indicator, that's the Dow Jones Industrial Average, started out this day at 10:15. Profit takers took about a 3-point slice out of that already amidst another day of heavy volume. Let's check in with Bruce Page and find out what they just did to me. Bruce, what happened?
Next week, the National Committee for Monetary Reform will be hosting its 9th annual convention in the city of New Orleans. And beginning next week, we'll be right there on Bourbon Street, going down on every brothel you can find. We'll cover the cleavage of Bourbon Street as well. And as they say, as the cleavage goes, so goes the economy. We'll talk to you about Howard Ruff and every single place Howard went while he was in New Orleans. We'll be there for Jerry Ford, and we'll tell Betty exactly what Jerry did during his stay while he was there. We'll tell you why Milton Friedman wouldn't come to New Orleans and would only do it via videotape, calling collect, no less. So join us as we get down and funky from New Orleans right here on the Financial News Network.
And right now, let's go to Bill Griffith in the FNN newsroom for news updates, see what's coming up in the next half hour. Bill.
Hey! Scott, bless you, Bruce Page. Scott, we have an hour of trading to go on this Friday, and we've got a lot going on here in the FNN newsroom.
We've had 17 bull markets, and the average one went up 89%. That was the 1962, 1966 bull.
Up 89% is measured with the Dow.
my.
Reporting from Phoenix, Arizona's Sky Harbor Airport, I'm John Darren for the Financial News Network. I hope that's one of ours.
Well, it was a green Friday last week in commodities with breakouts and, well, with pluses galore all over the place. Let's check into the overseas markets right now and say good morning to Liba Gift. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning. Friday's predominantly strong finish suggests that the futures markets should begin this week in high gear, and the metals markets have already proclaimed their firmly bullish inclination. No microphone available today.
Keep talking.
Futures are lower, however. In value, little importance was attached to Friday's release of the $0.5 billion rise in the U.S. money supply aggregate, the M1, for the latest reporting week. And mounting uncertainty over the Fed's monetary policy has sparked an extreme range of opinion on where interest rate futures are headed. The bond market is hostage to inflationary expectations and concerns that if economic recovery spurs private borrowing, in addition to the government's huge needs, interest rates will be boosted higher. I'm completely entangled. Excuse me. Right. Technical sophistication. But short-term Treasury bills, contrary to the bonds, are influenced by easing Fed funds. Excuse me. And the temporary lull in Treasury financing, that of course will only last until the end of this month. This has generated a reluctance to initiate short positions.
Mr. Rousseau, we're glad you had the time to be able to stay with us here. We wanted to give you the full amount of time that we had promised you.
Thanks, Bill.
A few weeks ago, we had a gentleman on from Scotland, and it was basically his job to do the same thing that you have. And I'll find my microphone here somewhere, folks. I have no idea where it is. Okay, all right.
Keep talking. We hear you.
Good old FNN here, huh? All right.
Those things happen.
As I was saying,
Real Estate Action Line after this. Thanks for watching Real Estate Action Line. We'll be right back. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching our program today. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next time.
Stand by. The computer boom has...
Of course, it's very hard to pinpoint what's happening in the Middle East. If anybody out there knows what's going to happen to the Middle East, call me collect right now. I mean, I don't think anyone can...
It's on $2.25 billion in construction bonds. The judge said he would not lift the TRO until the state Supreme Court reviewed a recent ruling.
And with 2 hours of trading to go, still no real change in market activity, Bill Griffith is here to tell us why. Bill.
How do you like this new set, huh? I know it's been a week now. This is my first time out here. You look like a bus driver, though, sitting up front there looking the other direction.
Looks really down on the back.
That's right.
And financial security.
Soybean and corn shipments accounted for most of that decline. Rapid deterioration in the cash market following the rise in interest rates.
Oh. Now here's an update of the news.
Second.
Yes.
You ready? Okay, we're ready.
What did I do? What did I do? That's the flag. Where's the flag? Yeah, who set it up? See?
If you sit back and then lean slightly forward, it helps too, John. You know, just put yourself back.
Be nice to me, Mary. It's my birthday, remember?
Well, don't interrupt so much, Bill. I like the show a lot better.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
I do believe we do not have our microphone on. Put it on. Okay. Now we have it. Well, as measured by the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the stock market is sharply down after half an hour of trading this morning, an orderly pullback, as they would say on Wall Street, based on the relatively low volume. And so it goes. That's the FNN Final for today.
You have a combination of planets, the Uranus and the Moon, which indicates that you have great intuition.
The there must be something that we can tell our viewers that's important, and that is, if they get Astrology in the Buff for an intimate understanding of your birthday suit, and they order it through us or call us or write to us for the book, would you sign it for them?
Oh, I would be delighted.
Right. If you're interested in getting a copy of Astrology in the Buff by Mary Laterney, drop us a note at Real Estate Action Line.
Standard & Poor's 400 Industrials up 0.82, 189.05. The Transportation Index is up 0.13 at 30.17. The Utilities is up 0.12 at 63.28.
This is Robert Metz at the American Stock Exchange in New York.
I would advise people who can't stand the hurly-burly of this place to go to a mutual fund and relax.
I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you very much, David Sargent. This is Robert Metz, Financial News Network at the American Stock Exchange.
Market analyst Chuck Epstein reviews all the trading action on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. What happened today? Oh, coming round the bend, we went over there. The Dow Industrial Average was headed for another gain on the...
Jerry, I'm glad we've just about come to the end of our time. In fact, we have come to the end of our time because we're just about running out of tolerance on the part of the viewer-listener, I'm afraid. This is Robert Metz, Financial News Network in New York.
Right now, let's go to John Darren in the FNN newsroom for a news update, see what's coming up next half hour. John.
Smith. Taking a look right now at the markets, we are 770 advancing, 718 declining issues right now. The industrials gaining back some of their earlier losses, off only.
Reporting from the penthouse of the Oviatt building here in downtown Los Angeles, I'm Johnny Darren covering real estate for the Financial News Network.
Court records show Barbara Lapp Cameron and her sisters Elspeth Lapp DeBold and Agnes Lapp Roberts are the daughters of Elspeth Hughes Lapp. Now, she was the daughter of Rupert Hughes, who was the paternal uncle of Howard Hughes. Now, sharing in their claims are step-cousins Avis Bissell Hughes McIntyre and Rush Bissell Hughes, who is deceased. Sue.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Futures markets today were... We're kind of caught in cross currents with traders worried about the political problems in the Middle East and Nigeria.
Now, that is the first profit in 14 consecutive quarters. And although he did not offer numbers at today's meeting with reporters, AMC's president said positive results were due to strong sales. Inventories of unsold homes climbed in November to a 6-month supply. That means there are now 313,000 homes on hand waiting for a buyer.
We're going to have to do that one more time.
On a fabulous weekend.
The stock market, as measured by the popular averages, took it on the chin in January. And
Second open, takes one.
I understand you're in restaurants and fast foods and what?
Well, Butterfield's diversification is really
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
What is this?
Who did that?
So whether we like it or not, the experts tell us electronic banking is here to stay. Sue McMahon, Financial News Network, Los Angeles. Excuse me. I put it in the wrong slot.
Thank you very much. Ted Keel, prominent labor negotiator and mediator. This is Robert Metz at the Waldorf Astoria in New York.
Testifying before the House Budget Committee,
forcing these countries to deflate domestic demand. So it's really important for the rest of the world also to have a weaker dollar.
so what has to occur, what has to happen to the dollar for our foreign trade picture to change?
Well, the lags are very long, so I don't really expect any imminent change in the dollar to have a tremendous effect on our exports, but the dollar is substantially overvalued against the Deutschmark, for example.
Well, I'm saying that you cut the leverage down on the debt side with the background and knowledge and information you had to throw into the business.
Oh, I think that was very helpful.
Okay. Now, then, just tell us a little more about what happened in this business.
Well, as of today, our...
$1 billion. That's down by $2.3 billion from the 2 previous weeks, which ended June 6th.
Toes. Knees. 7 wonderful hips. Rest up fullness.
down by $2.3 billion from the 2 previous weeks, which ended June.
Awesome. Didn't do that here. She thinks that, excuse me, GM paid a fair price. It didn't jeopardize its liquidity. Keller, who has followed GM for many years, said the approach GM used was consistent with the company's new management. Since Roger Smith took over, it is not business as usual at GM. Rather, the company has been weighing decisions very carefully. And, adds Keller, EDS is a good idea for General Motors. EDS is a good freestanding company. It doesn't require any great management or financial commitment from General Motors. So freestanding is EDS that to be.
Like the New York Mets, the market motto today was, you gotta believe. Celeste with the market details when we return.
For now, that's the Fixed Income Report for Thursday, October 23rd. I'm Wendy Friedman. We'll see you tomorrow.
For further information about municipal bonds or other fixed income securities, contact your E.F. Hutton broker or dial 1-800-EFH-2626.